Story 1. The Phantom Hitchhiker. It was a moonless night when Tom, a weary truck driver, found himself driving down a desolate stretch of highway in the middle of nowhere. The only illumination came from his headlights, cutting through the darkness like a knife. Tom had heard tales of the highway being haunted, but he dismissed them as mere superstitions. As he continued on the empty road, he noticed a figure in the distance. A hitchhiker standing by the side of the road, with a thumb raised, signaling for a ride. Despite the eeriness of the night, Tom decided to be a good Samaritan and pulled over. The hitchhiker, a tall and thin man with hollow eyes, climbed into the cab without uttering a word. Tom attempted to strike up a conversation, but the hitchhiker remained silent, staring out into the void. After a few miles, Tom glanced at the passenger seat only to find it empty. Shocked and bewildered, he slammed on the brakes, bringing his truck to a screeching halt. There was no sign of the hitchhiker, not a trace. Tom, shaken to the core, sped away from that desolate stretch of highway, forever haunted by the phantom hitchhiker who vanished into thin air. Story 2. The Abandoned Rest Stop. Sarah and her friends were on a road trip, heading through a remote region known for its vast forests and winding highways. As night fell, they decided to pull into an old rest stop to take a break and stretch their legs. The air was thick with an eerie silence, broken only by the distant hooting of an owl. As they explored the area, they stumbled upon an abandoned building at the edge of the rest stop. Intrigued, they decided to investigate. The rusted sign read, "Johnson's Diner," but the windows were shattered, and the door creaked open with the faintest touch. Inside, the air hung heavy with dust, and the dim light revealed overturned chairs and shattered plates scattered across the floor. The remnants of a bygone era. Sarah felt a chill down her spine as she explored further into the building. Suddenly, a distant sound echoed through the empty diner, the clinking of silverware and faint whispers. The group froze, exchanging nervous glances. They followed the mysterious sounds, only to find an old jukebox miraculously playing a haunting melody. The whispers grew louder, but no one was there. Terrified, they fled the abandoned diner, leaving behind the echoes of a forgotten past. To this day, Sarah can't shake the feeling that something otherworldly lingered in that desolate rest stop, hidden in the shadows of the abandoned Johnson's Diner. Story 3. The Vanishing Gas Station. Mark was driving through a vast expanse of highway surrounded by nothing but endless fields. His gas gauge was flirting with empty when he spotted a lone gas station in the distance. Relieved, he pulled in to refuel and stretch his legs. As he approached the ancient pumps, he noticed an old man sitting in a rocking chair on the station's porch. Wearing faded overalls and a weathered hat, the man stared off into the distance, seemingly lost in thought. Mark greeted him, and the old man nodded in acknowledgement but said nothing. After filling up his tank, Mark entered the gas station to pay. The interior was dimly lit, shelves stocked with dusty cans and faded snacks. The cashier, an elderly woman with piercing blue eyes, stared at him without a word as she accepted his payment. Feeling uneasy, Mark hurried back to his car, only to discover that the gas station had vanished. The pumps, the porch, the rocking chair, and the mysterious old man, all gone. Mark couldn't comprehend what had just happened. He drove for miles in every direction, but there was no sign of the gas station. Baffled and unnerved, Mark continued his journey, haunted by the memory of the vanishing gas station and the silent figures who seemed to exist on the edge of reality. Story 4. The Phantom Headlights. Late one night, Emma found herself navigating a winding mountain road, surrounded by dense forest. The air was thick with fog, reducing visibility to almost zero. She gripped the steering wheel tightly, straining to see the road ahead. Suddenly, she noticed a pair of headlights in her rearview mirror, seemingly tailing her every move. As she accelerated, the headlights matched her speed. When she slowed down, they did the same. No matter how fast or slow Emma drove, the phantom headlights maintained a constant distance. Growing increasingly anxious, Emma pulled into a deserted roadside parking area. The headlights followed her, stopping a few yards behind. Fearful, she stayed in her car, watching as the ghostly lights hovered in the darkness. Unable to shake the eerie feeling, Emma eventually mustered the courage to step out of her car. The moment her feet touched the ground, the headlights blinked out of existence. The mountain road was plunged into darkness, and Emma was left alone, surrounded by the echoing silence of the night. Haunted by the inexplicable encounter, Emma continued her journey, forever wondering about the phantom headlights that materialized out of the fog and disappeared into the night. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and turn on notifications if you enjoyed the video so you never miss an upload.